Hello everyone, I'm a kidney specialist and I've been working in medicine for more than 20 years. Most of the patients I've walked alongside are over the age of 50, just like many of you watching this video today. I've always believed that the human body is like a living book. Every habit, every daily choice we make is like a word on the page, slowly writing the final chapters of that book. Some chapters are written with wisdom and vitality. Others, however, are scarred by silent damage. And when we finally look back, we realize with surprise, and sometimes regret, that we've allowed our body to carry too heavy a burden. Among the body's quiet organs, the kidneys might be the wisest teachers. They don't complain. They don't demand attention. They simply work silently, filtering blood, regulating blood pressure, keeping the whole system in balance. Yet the sad truth is that most of us only notice our kidneys when they've already grown weak, when symptoms become obvious, and treatment becomes more difficult than ever. Today, I'd like us to sit together almost as if we were sharing a cup of tea and talk about 10 everyday habits. Small things that may seem harmless, but over time can silently destroy our kidneys. I don't want to just point out the harm. I want us to discover ways to make small changes, step by step, so that we can live healthier, live more peacefully, and continue writing the story of our lives with brighter, stronger pages. So, my friends, imagine the body as a garden. In that garden, the kidneys are like a gentle stream, nourishing the trees, keeping life in harmony. But that stream can slowly dry up or grow muddy if we don't take care of it. And what troubles me most is how often people unknowingly bury that stream under the weight of their own daily habits. 1. Eating too much salt. The salty taste of wear and tear. Americans, like many other cultures, love bold, flavorful food. A little salt makes a dish tastier, turns a simple meal into something more enjoyable. But salt is very much a double-edged sword. Eating too much salt is like sprinkling grains of sand into the kidney's delicate filtering system. At first, nothing seems wrong. But over time, the pressure builds, blood pressure rises, and those tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys grow tired and fragile, more prone to damage. The World Health Organization recommends that adults consume less than 2 grams of sodium a day. Yet in reality, many people take in 1.5 to 2 times that amount. Salt hides in packaged foods, in bread, in the convenience of fast food. The ease of today becomes the harm of tomorrow. Cutting back on salt isn't simple because our taste buds are already conditioned to crave it. But after just a few weeks of patience, something remarkable happens. We realize that the true flavor doesn't come from saltiness at all, but from the natural balance and freshness of real food. 2. Overusing painkillers. When the pill becomes a burden. We've all taken painkillers before. Maybe an aspirin, maybe an ibuprofen, just to ease a headache or calm an aching joint. But when reaching for those pills becomes a daily habit, the hidden cost is often paid by the kidneys. Over-the-counter pain relievers, when overused, can reduce blood flow to the kidneys. That means kidney cells don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, and over time, they begin to break down. Medical studies have shown that thousands of cases of kidney failure each year are directly linked to the careless use of painkillers. I don't deny the value of these medications, they serve a purpose. But I want to emphasize this: medicine is a tool, not a permanent escape route. Pain itself is not the enemy. It's the body's signal, a message that something deeper needs attention. Instead of simply silencing the alarm with a pill, we need to pause, listen, and search for the real cause. 3. Drinking too much soda, the dangerous sweetness. A cold can of soda on a hot summer day. It sounds tempting, doesn't it? But inside that can, how much sugar is hiding? How much phosphoric acid? Once these substances enter the body, they become a heavy burden on the kidneys. Sugar raises the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, all of which are enemies of kidney health. Phosphoric acid works more quietly, slowly crystallizing into painful kidney stones. Research has shown that people who drink soda regularly are nearly 60% more likely to develop chronic kidney disease compared to those who don't. That number is not a vague warning, it's reality. So instead of reaching for another can of soda, pour yourself a glass of cool, fresh water. Pure water doesn't just quench your thirst, it nourishes every single cell in your body. 4. Eating too much red meat, a feast with a hidden price. In America, sitting down to a big steak dinner is often a joy, even a symbol of abundance. But eating too much red meat is like dripping acid into the kidneys, little by little. When the body digests red meat, it produces acid. To neutralize that acid, the kidneys have to work overtime. And over the years, the nephrons, the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys, begin to wear out. What's interesting is that when we replace some of that red meat with fish, eggs, or plant-based proteins like soy, the body produces far less acid, and the kidneys get a chance to breathe. This isn't a call to give up meat entirely, but rather an invitation to find balance. So the body feels lighter, and the kidneys can finally take a well-deserved rest. 5. Smoking. A hazy cloud over life. Cigarettes are a deceptive friend. They bring a fleeting sense of relaxation, but in return, they leave behind a long list of damage. For the kidneys, smoking narrows the blood vessels, reducing blood flow to the nephrons. It raises blood pressure, speeds up the heart rate, and forces the kidneys to endure constant strain. Many people believe it's too late to quit once they're past 50. But the truth is, the body knows how to heal at any age. Don't focus on the long road you've walked with cigarettes. Focus instead on each new day without smoke. Every smoke-free day is a gift to your kidneys, your heart, your lungs, and even to your spirit. 6. Holding in urine. The dangerous silence. We've all been busy enough to think, I'll just hold it a little longer. But that small act, when repeated often, can grow into a serious risk. A full bladder gives bacteria the perfect place to multiply, and trapped urine pushes pressure back up toward the kidneys. The result? Infections, fluid buildup, and eventually kidney damage. The good news is that this habit is one of the easiest to change. All it takes is giving yourself permission to pause, to listen to your body, and to answer its needs. True health isn't measured by how many hours we work, but by the awareness we bring to each moment of caring for ourselves. 7. Not drinking enough water. The drought in the body's garden. Your kidneys need water to filter and to flush out toxins. When we don't drink enough, the blood grows thicker, waste builds up, and kidney stones form more easily. A dehydrated body is like a parched garden, soil cracked, plants withering. And the gentle stream of the kidneys, without water, slowly dries up too. Many people avoid drinking water because they don't want the inconvenience of extra trips to the restroom. But remember this, every trip to the bathroom is a cleansing. Every flush is proof that your kidneys are doing their job. Water doesn't just quench thirst, it whispers a reminder. I am alive. I am flowing. 8. Eating too much sugar. The sweetness that comes at a price. Sugar is sweet, but the price it demands is bitter. When blood sugar levels run high, the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys become damaged, proteins leak out, and the kidneys slowly grow weaker. Candy, soft drinks, processed foods, all of these can act like a silent poison, wearing the kidneys down little by little. The beautiful thing is that when we cut back on sugar, it's not just the kidneys that benefit. The whole body feels lighter. Sleep improves, energy becomes steadier, and the mind grows clearer. Sugar itself isn't the enemy, but overindulgence in sugar is the real danger. 9. Ignoring urinary tract infections, disregarding the body's warning signs. A little burning or stinging while urinating, many people brush it off, assuming it will go away on its own. But a urinary tract infection, if left untreated, can climb up to the kidneys, leading to kidney infections or even sepsis. At that point, the cost is no longer just minor discomfort, but permanent damage. Wisdom lies in not ignoring the body's signals. The body has its own language, and every ache, every irregularity is a message. Listen closely and seek a doctor's care when needed. 10. Not controlling blood pressure, the silent kidney killer. High blood pressure is a silent killer. It slips quietly through the blood vessels, damaging one nephron, one tiny capillary at a time inside the kidneys. For people living with hypertension, if it isn't well controlled, the kidneys slowly weaken, and by the time the damage is obvious, it's often too late. The good news is that blood pressure can be managed. With lifestyle changes, balanced eating, regular movement, and a calmer state of mind, blood pressure can be brought under control. And when it is, it doesn't just protect the kidneys, it safeguards the heart, the brain, and even adds years of quality life. My dear friends, as I sit here sharing with you, I speak not only as a doctor, but also as a fellow traveller, someone who understands the passing years and the fragility of the human body. The kidneys are humble organs. They rarely complain. They quietly carry out their work. But once they begin to speak, once symptoms appear, that is when the journey becomes far more difficult. The 10 habits I've just shared may feel familiar to you. Perhaps it's that daily can of soda, the times you've held your bladder to finish a task, or the habit of reaching for the salt shaker to make food taste better. None of us are perfect. But here's the truth. Even the smallest changes can carry great power. Choosing just a little less salt than yesterday, drinking one extra glass of water, or lighting one fewer cigarette, the body notices, and the body is grateful. Caring for your kidneys is not some distant, complicated goal. It is woven into the choices you make each day, into the gentle acts of kindness you offer yourself. And when you do this, it's not just your kidneys that benefit, it's your heart, your mind, and your whole life that feels lighter, clearer, more at peace. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, health is not something far away. It is a steady, simple journey where every good habit is a seed planted for tomorrow.